You ever just get in the zone, you know, in Call of Duty, and you're on that, like, perfect kill streak, and then, bam, some dude just takes you out, and it's, like, obvious.
Oh, yeah.
They're using an aimbot or wall hacks or something.
Like, you can just tell.
Yeah, just totally ruins the fun, right?
Definitely. It's a huge problem.
Haters.
A lot of players feel that way.
It's like, what are you even supposed to do?
Right.
It feels like the anti-cheat stuff is always, like, a step behind, you know?
Always trying to catch up.
Yeah, like they're trying to ban people after they've already ruined, like,
Exactly.
a bunch of games.
It's a constant arms race.
Totally. But what if there was, like,
No.
a crazy new way to fight this?
Yeah.
Something totally different that could, like,
Oh,
change everything.
I'm listening.
Blockchain.
Blockchain in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's,
Sounds kind of wild, right?
it does sound a little out there.
Okay, but that's what we're looking at today.
All right.
So we found this script for a YouTube video, and it basically says that blockchain could be like the ultimate cheater killer.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm curious, but I'm also like,
Yeah.
how could blockchain, like, actually stop someone from cheating?
Right.
Like actually using an aimbot or something.
It's a good question.
Yep.
So it all comes down to like the fundamentals of blockchain.
Okay.
Like imagine your best Warzone kill streak ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's recorded. It's permanent. Like no one can argue with it.
Right.
Blockchain kind of works the same way.
Okay.
It's this decentralized ledger that's like super secure.
Yeah.
Once something's on there, it's basically impossible to change.
Okay. I kind of get the blockchain part, but how do you use that to catch cheaters?
Right.
Like, it's not like their aimbot is being recorded on the blockchain, or is it?
No, not exactly, but their identity could be.
Okay.
So the script says every player would have this unique blockchain ID tied to their account. And this ID would be like super hard to fake because of how blockchain works.
Okay, so let me try to put this in like Call of Duty terms.
Sure.
It's like your account is linked to this permanent, unique dog tag.
Okay.
No matter what you do.
Right.
That dog tag sticks with you.
Exactly.
And if that dog tag gets flagged for cheating, doesn't matter if you make a new account.
Right.
You can't hide.
You can't escape your past.
Whoa. Okay, so it's like
Yeah.
a permanent digital scarlet letter for cheaters.
Kinda. Yeah.
No more hiding behind new accounts.
Exactly.
But wouldn't that like discourage new players from even joining?
It's a good point.
Like, what if they make one mistake
Yeah.
and they're branded forever?
It's definitely something to consider.
Yeah.
It's a tough balance between stopping cheaters and not being too harsh.
Totally. And let's be real.
Yeah.
It's a huge company like Activision
Right.
actually going to go for this whole blockchain thing.
Yeah, that's another big question.
It's a huge change from how they do things now.
It would be a major shift.
And I'm already seeing some problems here.
Like what?
And we haven't even gotten into the technical stuff yet.
Oh, yeah.
Like, can blockchain even handle millions of Call of Duty players?
Right.
All at the same time?
That's the question of scalability.
Yeah, and then there's the cost, too.
Definitely.
Like, all this can't be cheap.
True.
So are there, like, examples of this working in other games?
Yeah, actually there are.
Oh, really?
So the script mentions platforms like Enjin and Gala games as examples of blockchain tech in action.
Okay, but are those, like, perfect examples? Like, have they completely solved cheating in those games?
It's not that simple.
Right.
So Enjin, for example, they use NFTs for in-game items.
Okay.
So players actually own those items. And Gala Games is more about player governance.
Okay.
Like the community gets to have a say in how the game develops.
So they're both using blockchain.
Yeah.
But in different ways.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this could be more than just an idea.
Right.
It's actually happening in some games already.
It is.
But even if it works,
Yeah.
wouldn't there be privacy concerns?
Of course.
Like a lot of gamers, kind of like our anonymity.
I get that.
Would we be comfortable having our accounts tied to these, like, permanent blockchain IDs?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
The script talks about finding a balance between transparency and privacy.
Okay.
And it's not just about individual players either.
Oh, really?
There's the whole regulatory landscape to think about.
You mean like the government could get involved?
Potentially, yeah.
And start making rules about how blockchain is used in games?
It's not impossible.
That could get messy.
It could.
So what are they saying about that in the script?
Well, they suggest that organizations like the ESA, Entertainment Software Association, they could help mediate between game developers, blockchain firms, and even regulators.
So basically trying to make sure everyone plays nice.
Exactly.
And that gamers' rights are protected. Right.
But like the legal side of this seems super complicated.
It is.
We've already seen laws trying to regulate loot boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not crazy to think they might target blockchain gaming, too.
Not at all.
Okay, so we have this potential solution to cheating, which would be amazing.
For sure.
But there are a ton of hurdles.
Definitely.
Technical challenges,
yep.
Getting the industry on board, privacy concerns,
right.
Even potential government regulation.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to think about.
It is.
But the thing is, this whole discussion about stopping cheaters, it actually leads to even bigger questions.
Oh, really?
About the future of gaming itself.
Like what?
We'll get into that in a bit.
Okay. I'm intrigued. It's a real rabbit hole.
I know, right?
Like, we started with cheaters, and now we're talking about, like, blockchain and digital dog tags and...
It's a lot.
And the government might get involved.
Seriously, a lot to think about.
I know, but even with all that...
The idea of, like, a totally fair Call of Duty is pretty appealing.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, imagine never having to worry about whether that guy who just sniped you is actually good or just using an aimbot.
It would definitely change the game.
Totally. And the thing is, this whole blockchain thing, it could be way bigger than just stopping cheaters.
Oh, really? How so?
Like, it could change the whole relationship between players and games.
Interesting.
So, like, even more than getting rid of cheaters.
Yeah, potentially.
How?
So think about it.
Okay.
Right now, everything you earn in Call of Duty, like your blueprints and skins and calling cards, Activision technically owns all that.
Right.
They can change the rules, take stuff away, whatever.
Yeah, that's true. It's always like in the back of your mind.
Right.
Like, what if they just nerf my favorite gun?
Exactly. But with the blockchain system, players could actually own their stuff.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying, like, my digital gun skins could actually be mine?
Yeah, like you could potentially sell them or trade them.
That's crazy.
It's like having a digital deed for your virtual stuff.
So it's like owning real stuff, but in the game.
Exactly. And depending on how it works, you might even be able to take your stuff to other games.
Whoa, that's next level.
Yeah.
Like, imagine taking your favorite gun from Warzone to some futuristic space battle game.
It's pretty wild.
That's mind-blowing.
And it's not just about ownership either.
What else?
Blockchain could also solve the problem of, like,
Okay.
Provable scarcity.
Provable scarcity.
Yeah. You know how some games have those limited edition items?
Yeah, like those super rare operator skins?
Exactly. But there's always that doubt. Like,
right.
Are they really limited edition?
Right.
Or are they going to release more later?
Totally.
But with blockchain, you could actually prove that there are only a certain number of that item.
It's like a digital certificate of authenticity.
Exactly.
So instead of just hoping my rare skin stays rare, I'd actually have proof.
Exactly. That kind of scarcity could change the in-game economy, like how players value their stuff.
So we started with stopping cheaters.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And now we're talking about digital ownership.
I know.
And provable scarcity. And like a whole new gaming economy.
It's a lot, but it all comes back to this idea of using blockchain to make gaming more transparent, more secure, and ultimately fairer.
Okay. This is way more than I thought it would be.
It's definitely more nuanced than it seems at first.
Totally. So in this script, they have this call to action at the end.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
They ask, would you support blockchain in gaming?
Okay.
If it meant a fairer playing field.
That's a good question.
Right.
It's something every gamer has to think about.
Yeah.
Especially as this tech keeps changing.
Like, are we willing to try something totally new?
Right.
If it means a better experience for everyone, I think I'm leaning towards yes.
Yeah.
But it's a big decision.
It is.
It's not just about the games themselves.
Right.
This could change the entire industry.
Absolutely.
And the decisions we make now could affect gaming for years to come.
It's true. You know, when I first heard about this, I thought it was totally out there.
Yeah, me too.
But the more we talk about it, the more I see the potential.
Yeah, like imagine a world where you could actually trust that everyone you're playing against is on an even playing field.
It would be amazing.
It would change everything.
And it's crazy that this whole thing about stopping cheaters.
Oh, I know, right?
It's opened up this whole other conversation.
What do you mean?
Well, the script focuses on Call of Duty, but it hints at something much bigger.
Okay.
This isn't just about stopping cheaters. It's about changing how we think about games.
So instead of just being players, We become like stakeholders or something.
Exactly. Imagine a future where your gaming ID isn't just for Call of Duty.
Okay.
What if it was like a passport to the whole metaverse?
A passport to every game.
Yeah, one ID that you take everywhere.
That sounds crazy.
I know, right?
But also kind of amazing.
Think about it.
Okay.
No more creating new accounts for every game.
Yeah.
One ID with all your achievements, your reputation, maybe even your items and currency.
So like one digital persona that follows you everywhere.
Exactly.
That would be revolutionary.
It would. But
it's also kind of scary.
Right. Like who controls that ID?
Yeah. And what about privacy?
It's a huge concern for sure.
There are so many questions.
Yeah, like how do you guarantee privacy and security? What about abuse?
Right.
It would take a lot of work to make a system like that safe for everyone.
It sounds like a huge task.
It would be.
But it's so exciting to think about. Like, we could be at the start of a whole new era for gaming.
Potentially.
And this blockchain ID thing could be at the center of it all.
It's an interesting thought, for sure.
It's like we're standing at the edge of this, like, unknown territory, you know, in gaming.
Right.
Like, on one hand, we have the world we know with all its problems like cheaters and companies controlling everything. And then on the other hand, there's this potential future with blockchain.
Right.
Where players have so much more power.
It's a choice we have to make.
And honestly, the more we talk about it,
the
more I think that question from the script.
The one about supporting blockchain.
Yeah, that one, it's not just about stopping cheaters anymore.
Exactly.
It's about what kind of future we want.
It's a bigger question.
Yeah, for gaming as a whole.
For sure.
And that's something we should all think about.
I agree.
It doesn't matter if you're hardcore or casual. This could affect everyone.
It really could. You know, it's amazing how we started with this simple script about blockchain and cheating.
Right.
And now we're talking about digital ownership and provable scarcity.
And universal gaming IDs.
It's incredible how one idea can lead to so many others.
It really shows you how fast this whole world is changing.
Absolutely. Like, who knows what gaming will even look like in 5 or 10 years.
But it feels like blockchain is going to be a big part of it.
I think so, too. And that's why it's so important to have these conversations.
Totally. The more we understand these things, the better decisions we can make.
As players.
Exactly. And hopefully that'll lead to a better future for everyone.
I hope so.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left with one final thought.
Okay.
And it's the most mind-boggling one of all.
What is it?
What if these blockchain IDs, if they do become a thing, what if they start to affect the real world?
The real...
You like outside of games.
Okay, so you're saying like your gaming ID could matter.
Yeah.
In real life?
Exactly. What if colleges start looking at them?
Whoa.
Or employers?
That's a big leap.
It sounds crazy. I know.
It does.
But is it really that far-fetched?
I mean...
Social media already affects hiring decisions and stuff.
That's true.
So is this really that different?
That's a really interesting thought.
And it brings up so many questions.
Yeah.
Like, what even is a good gaming reputation?
Right.
And who decides that?
And what about discrimination?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a whole other conversation.
It is. It's a whole new deep dive.
It is, but I think that's a good place to leave it for now.
Yeah, we've given everyone a lot to think about today.
We have.
From stopping cheaters in Call of Duty to potentially, like, changing society.
Right.
Who would have thought?
I know. It just goes to show the most unexpected ideas can lead to the best conversations.
Totally. And on that note, we want to hear from you.
What do you think?
What do you think about blockchain and gaming?
Are you excited or scared?
Or maybe both.
Let us know in the comments.
Until next time, game on.
Yeah.